Carrie and Tommy will launch in just a second to brighten your day. With CommBank Yellow, you get discounts and exclusive experiences. More recognition for you and benefits for your business too. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.
It's the one and only
Carrie Bickmore.
And Tommy Little.
This
Is Carrie and Tommy.
Yeah, welcome to another Carrie and Tommy podcast. How are you guys?
I'm up and about, Bicker, because my beanies arrived and they are so
quick.
good, so quick.
Yeah, just sit at home and order them. Honestly, they'll come in 2 seconds. Order them online.
Carrie's-
Even at work now, carriesbeansforbraincancer.com. Just jump online. I did
got a
say the other day
pom-pom one.
we're sold out of the unisex one, which is the one without the pom-pom on. I
Yes.
think a few people heard sold out and think we've sold out of all of them. Just that.
I got
There
the
is-
pom-pom one, I got
Yep,
the double pom-pom one,
and there's
I
a
got some
single
caps.
pom-pom left. Caps are nearing the end. There might be a few in store if you hunt around at the Cuba store, but just order everything online. So quick,
Yes.
it'll get to you in 2 seconds. All the money raised goes to our Brain Cancer Centre. Also, DM me a pic of you wearing it when you buy one, and I'll reshare it and get the love there too. So
It's about the one time you can request DM pics from strangers and it not be creepy at all, Carrie, because it's for such a wonderful cause.
I never get creepy ones.
Never.
That's... that you've really put that out into the world.
No, I'm no ordinary mum.
No, you're...
Fun, Mum.
I'm
Carrie
a
Bickmore.
fun mum.
Yes.
Yeah. So
What was the pause after that? Were
thought
you
we had
waiting
a
for
little
pause?
fun
I
mum Carrie Bickmore. There we go. That's what I was waiting.
You can say it yourself if you want to,
thought
mate.
I thought you were just letting it sink in.
Fun mum Carrie Bickmore. Do you know I've never actually seen the reference that's from?
Seen it.
No, isn't it from a video?
No, I
I'm
think you
not
just
a regular
said it
mum.
lots.
I'm a fun mum or something.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, I don't think I remember that bit.
I thought you meant you've never seen footage of
No,
yourself.
always I'm a cool mum. I'm not a
You're not a
regular mum. I'm
regular
a cool
mum.
mum. Anyway, whatever. I'm a fun mum.
Have you not seen Mean
Definitely
Girls?
not.
like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah,
Have you not
fun mum
seen
in
Me-
my case.
Have you not seen Mean Girls?
Oh, years ago.
It's very good.
Yeah, but a long time ago. I think there's another one out or coming out. Anyway, who cares? Because right now we're talking about fun mum Carrie Bickmore.
You.
So on the weekend, I get the weirdest algorithm on my Instagram. And on the weekend, it served me up a mum pouring out spaghetti onto her bench and bolognese, and the kids just ate off the bench. And I thought, well, doesn't that look fun? And so for
does.
dinner
It
last
sounds
night, my dad came round, but
Did the lady that you see the reference, did it have anything down on the bench?
didn't pay attention. But I laid down on the bench baking paper
Yes.
because I'm not like an animal, and I fun mum Carrie Bickmore do believe in hygiene. So I laid down.
Why is the baking paper cleaner? Like you just wipe the bench down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but then you're using a cloth that's like touched other stuff. Also, I really didn't want my marble to get
Here we go.
stained. No,
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'm playing it up. I don't have marble. Anyway,
Don't you?
It's solid gold.
I think you
no,
do.
I don't.
Don't you?
No.
Carrie,
Anyway,
I've been to your house.
it's
I'm
not
pretty
marble.
sure it's marble.
It's not marble.
It's up the top of the staircase. It's next to the baby grand. I think it's
Underneath the
marble.
chandelier.
Anyway,
it is underneath
yes, I
the
tried
chandelier.
to when a
Which is
producer
solid
said
diamonds.
alfoil. I tried to use alfoil, but I ran out, and Glad Wrap would have gone all hot
alfoil
and
on
gross.
Your, on your,
Anyway,
no.
so I put baking paper down and I gathered everybody around, the kids, and invited my dad over, and I poured spaghetti onto
Yes.
the bench, and then I poured sauce over the top of
Yes.
it, and then my only disappointment to the whole dish was I ordered Parmesan online, and it came with that fake kind of Parmesan rather than really nice Parmesan, and I put way too much on. But anyway, I put that on the top, and then I gave everyone a fork, and I went tuck in, and we all ate off the bench.
That sounds pretty fun.
And
I
it was
like
so
it.
fun. Even my dad got into it. And my dad
like
doesn't
it.
get into stuff like that. He's a fun dad.
He doesn't get what else would you classify as stuff like that? Eating off the bench. I didn't know that was a whole
He goes,
category.
next, you're just going to do away with the table. We're going to get a eat off the floor. And then at the end, it was amazing because we didn't have plates to clear up. I just folded up the baking paper, moved it straight to the bin. The bench was clean. Oh,
There you
Bob's
go.
your uncle, you know.
Bob is your uncle.
He is my uncle.
Yes.
People online did not like it.
Didn't they?
Nah. So a lot of people are fighting each other, which is what I love when the internet takes on the internet. Someone posted, no wonder children have no idea about manners and etiquette these days. I don't know what that has to do with anything. What are you all laughing at?
I think I had a clap back at that one.
Oh, you did. I don't need you to fight my fights. I'm fine, thank you.
You asked me to.
I did not.
No,
in
you
fact,
didn't.
I
You
said
didn't.
I don't need you to.
I like getting
Everyone's been
involved.
fighting her, calling her Karen and saying maybe you need to reflect on your own grasp of etiquette and manners. And then you said, what kids? That's not helpful. Carries have awesome man. Oh, I thought you were just saying like I was just doing it for myself.
No, she said,
That is
that's
funny.
funny.
Just you at home with a family-sized spag bowl on your bed.
What kids?
Carries have awesome manners. Maybe this is a you problem. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. A lot of people offend
Don't
Italian.
do it.
Yeah.
A lot of Italian people offended.
But they're not
how you eat
actually. I
pasta.
think you don't get humour sometimes.
Nope, don't want everyone else's dirty fork in my bolognese. But, the kids share drink bottles and stuff, whatever. Also, what's the difference between fish and chips when you open the wrapper and you just lay it out and everyone digs in?
True.
Because it's a clean grab. So with a chip, because with your fork, you put it in your mouth, you suck the stuff off, and then the fork goes
like
back
double
in.
dipping.
Yeah, but with a chip, it's gone, and then you're not putting your fingers in your mouth.
Yeah, but you're licking the salt off and everything and put your fingers
That's
back in.
disgusting, Carrie.
No, that's what kids would do. Absolutely.
Kids.
They'd go-
Sorry, you didn't say that. You said you're
And then-
licking the salt off your fingers.
Bumbler says, no thanks. Probably time to teach the kids how to put dirty dishes in the dishwasher and turn it on. Well, thank you very much, Bumbler, but my kids know how to do that. We were just having a fun Sunday night because I'm a fun mum.
Carrie, I think you're angrier than these comments.
Oh, down to earth vintage says, oh, Carrie, it's just gross and rather disrespectful to treat food like this. I think the spaghetti loved it.
That's not very down to earth, that comment.
No, I'm being down to
Yeah,
earth.
no, but I'm saying she
Exactly, you're
or
right.
he is not being very down to earth with that comment.
But how is it like disrespectful to the food?
Spaghetti loves a bowl.
Oh, wait, and also I think you should be allowed to disrespect
Actually,
your
it
food.
does.
You
I
should
gave it a
absolutely
fork,
be allowed to
though.
disrespect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, Nick, what the...
Oi.
This is next level disgusting.
Carrie.
I didn't say
Carrie.
it. I stopped myself. Anyway, 13, 10, 60. Give me another idea for next weekend.
Oh my gosh, we're just outsourcing parenting. I love
Nah,
it. I'm here
I
for
love it. Give me an ordinary thing and how you trick it up and make it fun.
'Cause-
I loved it. I don't care what the internet said. It was
'Cause
fun.
I
It
think
broke
you
up the
might have-
monotony of dinner.
I think you might have had this one as well. But the pasta in the bag. Have you had pasta in
Oh,
the bag?
pasta in the bag. Yes.
Because you could do that next week.
Do you remember when
You could
I
have individual bags
Yes,
for your kids, and they could
yes.
just tuck into the bag.
Do you remember when I decided to change the colour of baths and I put food colour in,
Oh,
so they were
that's
sometimes in a
right.
green bath or sometimes in a blue bath. Only when I did the red one, it looked like a crime scene and it was
Yes.
quite
Bloodbath.
distressing for
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
13, 10, 60. How do you make parenting fun? Give me a tip, callers.
Carrie and Tommy.
Gary and Tommy for your Monday Arvo, and on 131060, how do you make parenting more exciting?
Yeah, so I tipped the spag bowl onto the bench, baking paper underneath. It wasn't going straight on the bench, and let the kids just eat it off the bench. My dad and I, we had such a fun night. It was delicious, but the internet doesn't like it. A lot of people saying, this is disgusting. Your kids don't have manners. I feel like this is disrespectful to the food.
Is there more support than what's
Someone
the other
said
one?
there's a great invention called a plate. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Carrie, I think you're...
Also, the one about manners, didn't they say they don't? This is why kids don't have manners these days?
Yes.
You just, it's the old
I know.
person thing to
I know.
ever
I
say.
know.
Kids these days.
Kids these
are
days.
but they're unbelievable. I look at kids like my niece's age, and I think back to when I was that age. I'm like, oh, there's so much better.
It's also the thing that every old person ever says.
Yeah.
So, like,
Someone did say family gastro, yum, yum. That is true. But let's
Why
not
is that
dwell on
true?
that. Oh, because it is, now that you've pointed out that it's sharing forks and stuff. Although we did almost have a corner of it each.
One of you still has to have gastro to start with.
But also, like,
Are
we
you-
all
are you
sleep
not
in the
sharing
same
any
bed.
food 'cause
But
you
also,
don't
we all had little corners of the spaghetti, so we kind of had our
This
own
starting
little.
to sound less fun. I thought the fun thing was that it was all in, but then we separated it.
Anyway,
we put baking paper down. 'cause we didn't
All
want
I'm
mess on the
saying
bag.
is,
Jeez.
it's about making
Responsible fun.
parenting fun. Chriselle,
Hi, how are you going?
good. How do you feel about the spaghetti on the table?
Well, my partner, so I've got 7 kids. And
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm separated from my husband, but I have a partner of 5 years now. So he's the stepdad to 7. He came home one day, like, just ecstatic that he'd seen something on TikTok and he wanted to try it. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
The kids were at their dad's for a week and he was hanging. He wrapped the table in Glad wrap, did all that, got them all to sit down, and a little bit different to you, Carrie, he just, like, threw it on the table in front of them. And they just thought it was the best thing they'd ever seen. I have a video of it and the giggles.
It sounds great.
It was amazing. Like, and my daughter was like, oh, my God, he's like a cranky lunch lady on the American movies. But they loved it. And I got the exact same comments online. But I think it's so hard with kids and eating these days. They just they're so picky.
Also,
But whatever you can do to make it a bit fun.
Yes, exactly. You do you. I love it, Chriselle.
Yeah, like I like to dye mashed potato or, you know, make it a funky colour like blue or something. It's
that's
really funny to serve it up. But like we put our tables out if we can see a storm coming over the mountains, put the table outside and eat, or, you know, just whatever you can do to make things a bit
Do you know
fun.
I just discovered, because I love red velvet cake, I only discovered that red velvet cake is just normal cake, but it's got red food colouring in it. I thought it had some special ingredient that made it taste different to other cake.
Chocolate cake?
I think
normal
so.
cake? Oh, that's
or is
what
it
I was
normal
thinking.
cake with
What's
red?
normal cake?
No, I think it's got cocoa in it.
What's normal cake?
What do you mean what's normal cake?
What's normal cake?
Normal cake is like flour.
Like vanilla?
Yeah, I guess, yes. Or chocolate cake. But the point of what I'm saying is it's not like I thought it had like, I don't know,
Hang
beetroot
on, I'm with
or
Jessie
some.
though. It's not chocolate cake.
Is it
Hang
not?
on, Chriselle, it's not chocolate cake, is it?
It is chocolate cake,
Oh, it
as far
is.
as I'm aware. It's a type of chocolate cake with red dye, and
Red
the
dye.
difference is it's the cream cheese frosting.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah.
Rather
it's
than
the best
chocolate.
bit.
Chriselle, you're full of good stuff.
That's what happens when you have 7 kids, mate. Sort of know stuff.
Good on you,
Thanks,
Chriselle. What about Stace? Hey, Stacey.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, good. What are you doing to make life a bit more fun with the kids?
So I made a big mashed potato volcano and put it on a big platter with broccoli trees, carrots, and dino nuggets.
Cool.
And gave my kids a big jug of gravy to pour down the volcano.
So good.
Stacey, that's awesome.
So my husband was super impressed with it.
Did the kids love it?
Yeah, kids loved it. My 10-year-old was a bit like, oh, my God, Mum, what's wrong with you? But they did love it.
That's so good.
Yeah, you start getting to 10 where you're like, oh, my God, what is this? Anyway, I really like it.
Yeah.
Secretly love it.
Thanks, Stace. G'day, Sarah.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, good. What are you doing to make... I'm guessing it's
Dinner
another
time
food
fun.
one?
Yeah, look, I'm not really exciting when it comes to food, but I actually did comment on that post.
Oh, were you
my God.
pro or against it, Sarah?
I am so pro. If it makes it easier, and I'll tell you what, it was amazing. It's inspired me. I reckon the next one, nachos.
Nachos on the table.
Oh, that's a great idea. I mean, what's the difference really of having it on a plate? Like everyone's just putting their fingers in there and
Yeah.
digging into the guac and the sour. That's a great idea, Sarah.
Where do
If it saves washing up, I'm all for it. The insanity of all the negativity, my God, it's 2025. Nothing's normal. Like, come on.
2025. Good on you, Sarah. Because where do you draw the line with what you're having on the bench?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't gone further. Nachos is perfect.
We did nachos at a party once and it went off. It was
Yes.
so good.
What's another food that you'd put? I mean, pizza you'd put on
You're
there.
not having soup, yeah.
The kids did suggest soup, but that's not staying on the bench.
But that
unless
would be.
you
It depends
unless
how
you
fun
bent
you wanna
down
be.
on the edge of the
Yes.
bench and you got to have it roll into your
Oh,
mouth.
my God.
Oh, like a chute, like a luge of soup.
A soup shoot.
It's like a water slide and you just sit at the end.
I mean,
Could be
would
fun.
you? It could be fun.
Or custard. You do that with custard.
Could you have your kids? Couldn't your kids? I'm just workshopping here.
Yeah.
Can your kids stick a funnel in their mouths, tip their head back, and then the other kid gets to throw their dinner?
Nah, that'd
into
cause
their-
choking, I reckon.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't reckon.
2025.
Sometimes we sit outside, and when the kids are playing on their little bikes, we take our dinner outside as a picnic, and then we pretend we're drive-through, and the kids do drive-through
fun.
and come and order the food, and then they get it put in their mouth, and they drive on, and then they drive back, and they're like, "Now I want."
Imagine if
I'd
real-
love to order some, and sometimes they put on accents, and they'll be
Oh.
like English.
Do they go like Mum's accent and venture into cancelable?
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
For your Monday Arvo, it's Carrie and Tommy. Oh,
I don't even have my mic on. Now you're just turning my mic off.
so sorry. Were
She
you
does
done
need
chewing?
help.
No, I just need a new anchor. Speaking of
Don't call him that.
anchors.
Oh, whoa!
That was good
Guess
stuff.
what happened over in Albany in America?
What happened?
Olivia Jaquith was a morning news anchor on their morning
DJ.
TV show. And around 6 a.m., she came on to do the news, and this happened.
The CW15, thanks for joining us. I'm Julia Dunn.
And I'm Olivia Jake with our other top story this morning. I guess
Olivia's
I'm officially in early labor.
Yeah, Olivia's water broke, and she's still here. She's been doing the entire show. This is her decision to do this.
I'd rather be at work than at the hospital. So.
Something you'll never hear come out of my mouth. Well, I mean, I guess if it's work at a hospital, I'd rather be at work.
Right.
Yeah, what that other person is so annoying.
Was she trying to steal
I
her
know.
moment
It's like,
as well?
She literally said, my water broke, and the other one's like, yeah.
Olivia's
her,
water's
Oh,
just
my
broke.
God, her water broke. I would never say that. Wait, hospital. No, I would say that. You'd always
She
rather
went
be at work
on
than
and
hospital.
continued to do the news. Like hours later, her waters had broken and she sat there, which my first question to our producer was, it must have been her first kid. Because any kid after that, once your water breaks, you don't usually have so much time.
Is that true?
Well,
What's the
apparently,
standard?
and I never quite understand this, but there's something about, and we've spoken about this before, the 3 stages of labour, and the first stage you get with your first kid and it can go for like 24 or 36 hours. But when you have your future kids, as soon as your body goes into labour, it goes, oh, I remember this, and it like ditches the first stage and just goes to the second or third stage, which is why usually second and third labours are a lot quicker.
Right.
That's why you find people say they're like fourth fell out in the lift.
Do they say that? I didn't
Well, my
know that.
sister's third fell out in the lift.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's what, like, what are you laughing at?
It's just a funny.
Your eyes are like darting around.
It's funny. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, just the whole fell out in the lift. It makes it seem
Well,
like
they do. They
nobody
slip
catches.
out. No, often they don't. It's why people have, they fall out into the toilet and stuff because you think, oh, I need to, oh, that's a baby. It can happen.
I need to, okay.
Well, because you often feel like you need to poo when you're in labour and you don't know which is which. Anyway, what's wrong?
I'm just trying to be respectful of all of it. And it's just, if hearing an adult just say the word poo's funny. It's funny.
But
It'll always be funny.
she went on to talk about how she was having slight pains, but nothing too full on. It did remind me of how I was when I was in labour with, what are you laughing at? When I was in labour with Ollie for the first time. And I remember, what's going on?
I've got the giggles. I can't stop.
And I remember calling the hospital and I was like, oh, I'm in labour like this. And they were like, okay, cool. Call us back in a few hours when you're in pain. I'm like, no, but like, see, I am in pain. Like, oh, I can feel one now. And they were like, she said, anyway, call us back in a few hours. You're not in labour enough to come to the hospital. And I said, I really think I should come to the hospital. And when I got off the phone, I was so offended because I was like, oh my God, like I was in labour and she should have. And then when the pain really kicked in and I was like, and she was like, okay, come in now. I was like, oh, she was right. They must get so many first-time mums calling going, yeah, cool. So I think it's
ready
time
now.
to come in. But we thought on 131060, we'd love to hear from mums. Tell us what you did while you're in labour.
Right.
Because often, like, the show must go on. You know, you got other kids to take to different places, all their activities,
yes.
because you know once you get to the hospital, then who's doing that? You
Yep.
still got to be a mum taxi.
That's right.
Maybe you're on the job at work and you had an important
And your
deal
co-worker's
going
really
down.
annoying.
On the job at work.
Not on the job.
Oh.
Like as in you were just at work working.
So not on the job.
Although they
Maybe
say
you were
that
on the
does
job.
bring it on.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know, once to bring on her pregnancy, I was staying
Labour?
at a ski resort
Or
to bring on her
pregnancy.
Yeah.
To bring on her baby.
Not to bring- you go.
No, tell us what happened.
No, I just there was this extreme skier trying to bring on her labour. She went jumping off cliffs. Yeah, like she was one of the best skiers in the world, so it wasn't dangerous. But it was like so she went doing the bumps.
Imagine a normal mum at 40 weeks going down the stairs and going, anyway, in her full ski
popping
gear,
down.
going, hey, honey, I'm just going to go hit the slope.
Just
What?
hit the moguls
I
for a
thought
bit.
I
The
might
bumps.
bring on my labour.
The bumps are calling.
131060, what did you do while you're in labour?
Carrie and Tommy.
It's Carrie, Bickmore and Tommy Little. And on 131060, what did you get up to while you're in labour?
Yep, Olivia Jaquith over in Albany in America. Her water's broken. She continued on with the news for the morning.
You don't
She
see men
anchored-
doing that. All
Nah.
right, sister?
Having their waters break.
Yep.
No,
They're not staying at work if your water's break.
absolutely not. Amanda, what did you do during labour?
It wasn't necessarily what I did. I went to the hospital because I was in a lot of pain down there, like I couldn't even sit.
Mm.
And then when I got to the hospital, a midwife said, you can't be in labour, you don't have back pain.
Oh.
And she checked me, I was 3 centimetres, so she said, go home, 20-minute drive home, went to the toilet, my partner literally had to catch her.
Oh, my gosh.
But I didn't. It was I've only got one child. It's my first, and I couldn't tell the difference. And because I didn't have any pain when she came out, I didn't know. And then he literally had to catch her.
And then, Amanda, what does the next kind of moments then look like?
We called the ambulance, but they took 40 minutes to get there. So then he had to fish out the placenta.
So hold on. I know this is graphic, but I'm interested. So did the baby fall into the bowl?
No, he caught her.
But then your placenta fell into the bowl?
Yeah.
But she was still attached
literally
to
minutes
you.
after. Yeah,
so he had to fish the placenta and all of it and carry it around until someone could cut the baby off you.
Yeah, because once the ambulance entered the phone, they said keep it there so that they could examine the placenta.
Of course.
So they
took
make sure 40 minutes.
It was whole, right. And then what happens in terms of, can you feed the baby straight away or not till you cut the cord?
No, we weren't allowed to. We had to wait till we got to the hospital.
Oh.
Amanda, were you scared?
No, well, it all happened so quick. It was more just shock because everyone talks about how long you're in labour for and how much pain you're in, and I did it all med-free and didn't feel, so I was just shocked. I took a couple of hours to realise that I actually had the baby.
Yeah, right. Wow. Good on you, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
The nurse that sent me home when we rocked up an hour later, I was,
Thanks, Amanda. Let's go to Nish. G'day, Nish.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, living the dream. What happened when you were in labour?
So I woke up in the morning and was pretty sure I just lost my mucus plug, but my fiancé was adamant we needed to go play golf because he'd taken the day off work. So we did. I chauffeured him around 18 holes of golf.
Oh, my gosh.
And at the end I said to him, babe, I'm in labour. We need to go. So we quickly stopped at Macca's, come home, had a shower, went to the hospital, and within 13 minutes of my waters breaking, my baby was on my chest.
Oh, my gosh.
Niche, deserve a bloody medal. What are you, like,
It's baby number 3.
Oh, my God.
And was the Macca's for you, Nish?
It was, but it wasn't. I wasn't satisfied. I was actually quite upset with it after that. So,
were you driving the golf buggy?
Woman.
Yeah, I drove the golf buggy the whole time for him.
That's so wonderful.
Good on you, Nish.
Thanks, Nish.
How funny. What about Jackie? Hey, Jackie.
Hi there.
What did you do during labour?
So I gave my husband a haircut when I was in labour.
A good one?
It was just a buzz cut, but looking back now, I think it could have ended a bit differently.
What do you mean?
It all worked out fine in the end.
Okay.
But I would have just had to slip or something, and the new dad pictures would have looked a bit weird.
Oh, yeah, of course. Is that why he wanted the haircut, so he looked good in the new dad pictures?
Maybe. He just had said in passing the few days before, I want a haircut. And I was like, okay, I'm here, you're here, we've got time. Let's do this.
Women are the best.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing, Carrie.
Good on you, Jackie. What about Mel? Hey, Mel, what are you calling about?
Hey, good. Well done, guys, actually, by the way, for raising all that money for brain cancer.
Thanks,
super proud
Mel.
of you. But I was in Adelaide at the time. It was grand final day in 2003. I think the Lions were playing. And my husband wanted to get in there and watch the football. We didn't want to miss the first bounce. So we decided after the first one, as you were alluding to, Carrie, with the first births, you know, I did the thing back then, had the pains, rang the hospital saying, I need to come in now. They sent us home. It was 36 hours later that I was in because they said your waters have to break. So I thought, well, this time I'm going to go for a long walk and hop on the seesaw in a playground. And so my gorgeous dad, who's passed away now 6 years ago, I've got a gorgeous photo of him at the other end of the seesaw, and up and down we were going. And sure enough, on the first bounce, in we were in the hospital. My husband, ex at the moment, is ex now. He was pretty absent for the whole birth. I don't remember much of it, but had Henry, who was actually delivered by Andrew Mackey's mum, Joanne Mackey. So Andrew played for the Cats. So it was all AFL orientated, very much a footy day. Had high hopes for my son to become a footy player, but
I didn't know Andrew Mackey, and I thought you were just telling us the names of the people that were delivered and whose dad it was and whose son it was. And I'm like, this is too much information, but now I understand why.
It was a big footy-themed birth.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm
exhausted.
Carrie and Tommy.
Now, Bickers.
Is this where you're going to tell us, you're a genius?
No,
No.
No,
Oh, great.
it is not me.
Because I get tired of those segments.
No. I have gone through my phone and just looked up invention ideas, and this one's
Why?
not bad. Because we are in the midst, I think, of a genius.
Okay.
Firstly, what's the smartest idea you've ever had? Actually, you've raised millions and millions of dollars from our charity campaign to hopefully one day find a cure to brain cancer. That's pretty smart, Carrie.
That was smart. It is smart. I did
God,
once.
that really makes my idea of brekkie pizzas.
See, I did once
feel
bring
pretty dumb.
groceries home in a baby Bjorn. That was
That's
smart.
pretty smart. That's pretty good.
What are you talking about? Breakfast pizzas?
Yeah. I just had it written in my phone. I've forgotten I ever wrote it down, but it's not a bad idea.
Isn't that just pizza, but at breakfast time?
But so like a bacon and egg pizza.
Can't you
Have
get
you
them?
just, have you just got genius ideas in a list on your phone?
Yeah. Cooking socks.
Hold on. Back to breakfast pizzas.
Cold
Isn't that just
comfort.
an Aussie pizza? Isn't an Aussie a pizza with an egg on it?
No, but bacon. And why don't...
I think there's already this. I think this exists.
It's just, I'm not...
But hold on,
going
aren't
too
you
much.
ordering an Aussie pizza for
At night.
dinner?
Yeah,
it's
you're not
on
having
the dinner
breakfast
menu.
pizzas.
Just order it for breakfast.
No, but they're
They're
not
not
open.
open, Carrie. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
we have to explain everything.
And then what was the other thing?
Cooking socks. So socks that have a rubber top on them, so if you dropped a knife, they're not dangerous for your feet. I don't think that's
That is
Ooh.
clever.
But also, you can't cook in socks because the bottom of your socks gets so disgusting because they've got all the food.
Sorry, I just cleaned my floor a bit more. Cold comfort blanket. So this was an idea to get a bit of like water flow through a blanket so you don't get too hot under it. Because you know how
my
when
God.
when in the middle of the night, often you go flip over your pillow so you get the cold side.
No.
Don't you?
No. Flip over your pillow
Men
in
get
the night.
hot.
Oh,
Women
I'm always
wrap
tucked
themselves
up.
in doona.
Yeah.
I've had relationships before where she's been cocooned in a doona and I'm lying nude, spread eagle, sweating. And if that doesn't turn you on, I don't know what will. But Jessie boy here had an idea. It started with a question. Isn't that fair?
Yes. I
And
don't remember what a question was. I just remember that my answer was perhaps the smartest thing I have ever and will ever say.
It's the smartest thing I've ever heard. Jessie, tell the people what you said when
I
we
said-
were chatting about chicken nuggets.
We've got chicken nuggets. How do we not have beef nuggets, lamb nuggets, pork nuggets?
Carrie? Is that not the smartest thing you've ever
mean,
Why don't
why
women
don't
get
we?
stuff?
See? See?
So hold on, what's a beef nugget? Are you thinking mince?
So you
but
know what a chicken-
compressed?
But it's just like the chicken version
Yeah.
of beef. What don't you understand about that?
Is there fish? I guess there's fish fingers.
Yeah.
But there's not fish nuggets.
It's true.
Because there's chicken strips, but there's also chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
You could have
I'm
fish.
down for a lamb nugget.
I don't have what about a pork nugget?
Oh, I'd love a pork nugget.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a bit of pork.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nothing better.
I do like some pork.
And
Pork
chicken nuggets
prawn
are pretty
gyoza.
good.
Oh, one Google search, and this exists according to our producers.
There are hundreds of recipes.
You are
But you don't get them.
recipe.
If they're not at McDonald's, they don't exist.
Why,
You know,
why there's so many dream killers?
they're
I
called
know.
finger steaks.
No,
They're popular in USA.
They're just not. They're not called.
They're
finger
chunks of beef steak that's battered and fried like fried chicken. Well, that's not a nugget.
Also, you've had
Yeah.
to go on to the Pacific Northwest of the USA.
No, I'm down with this.
Yeah.
I want a beef nug. I want a beef nug.
Yeah.
I want a beef nug. I'm right on
Yeah.
board.
Here's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I want your smartest thought that you've ever had. 131060.
So
I
not
don't-
invention, just the smartest thing you've ever thought.
Just the smartest thing you've ever thought of. I can't promise that Carrie won't shoot down your dreams.
I've said to you, I love the idea of a beef nugget. Have you missed the support that
What
I'm
about
throwing
all
your
mine
way?
You
I know the
dumped
yelling
all
doesn't sound
over.
like support, but sometimes when I get passionate, I yell.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, according to this list I have in my phone, Jessie can't say pedo.
P-Day.
It's a P-day.
P-Day.
Yeah, P-day.
Wait, what was I
You said a
saying?
P-day.
I don't know. This is from years ago.
P-Day.
P-day is not what they are.
Yeah, I used to call them a pied, so I've come a long way.
131060. What's the smartest thing you've ever thought?
Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
For your Monday Arvo, it is Carrie Bickmore, Tommy Little, and a genius.
Yeah.
So,
Genius
okay,
Watkins.
beef
That's
nuggets
right.
is a good idea. Lamb nuggets, I get
you.
it. Why are nuggets called nuggets? Because they're like a bit of gold, a little nugget of gold.
You've answered. I reckon you've asked and answered. Well done.
Because I
Carrie.
was trying to think what you'd call a beef nugget. or a lamb nugget.
No, because it's still a bit of gold. Like, it's still a great little
But at
bit.
the moment, nugget, we just know is chicken. So you
So
need
when
something
you
to
hear the
differentiate
word
it.
nugget,
Yeah.
first thing that comes to your mind, is it gold?
Yeah. What
Is
do
it-
you mean? Is it poo for you?
No, Carrie. Mine's chicken.
You-
But if yours is poo, you,
You
can
need
go
to
with
get
that.
some Metamucil into you.
What?
Is that the one that makes you more regular? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the one where they ride bikes with confidence and stuff? Is it that one? You know how it has you know how it has old people riding bikes? Always on the
But
always
why
on the
would
ads.
being more regular be better to ride a bike? It would
know,
always be
maybe
better
it's-
if you were constipated.
But maybe it frees you up so you can ride a bike.
Is this in the ads?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
always
okay.
people riding, old people that are like, thank God for Metamucil.
Oh.
I'll pop off with bike.
Do you know I've already been thinking
I
about
haven't
my
made that up, hang on.
pre-marathon
Hang on.
coffee and where it's going to happen?
Oh, it's a disaster.
Jesus.
Hang on, Carrie. I've just got to look up Metamucil.
I'll
6,
talk to
'cause I'm
Amanda.
going to go as far to say I think the people on the label are riding bikes. Is this not-
Amanda, how are you?
Good. I've been thinking about the pork nugget.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about it?
You know what we need to have with this? Apple dipping sauce. Oh, my goodness.
So instead of sweet and sour sauce, you get apple dipping sauce.
You could have Amanda. You could have the lambs with mint sauce.
And you could also do the apple sauce could be warm to go with your nugget.
Do you know it's so good? And I used to have it all the time as a kid, was the McDonald's apple pies. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
They were so... I haven't had one of them in years.
Find anyone
Get one of
riding
them.
bikes.
You
Amanda,
can't get anyone.
Amanda,
You speak to Donna and
hang
I'll
on,
find
just
someone
quickly,
riding bikes.
Amanda, do you remember in the Metamucil ad they ride bikes? With
No, I
confidence?
don't remember this ad at all.
No. Okay, I might
Sorry.
have made it
No.
up.
You
That's
speak
okay.
to our next person. I'm going to look up Metamucil.
G'day, Donna.
Hey, how you going?
I'm confused. Donna, do you remember the Metamucil old people riding bikes?
No.
No, I think
Not
it's
at all.
something else. I think it's for. I reckon it's
These old
something
ducks.
else.
1981.
No, it's more recent than that. Now my internet's giving me, can you ride a bike with piles? Whose five are good for cycling? Why am I constipated after a long bike ride?
Donna, what is your smartest thought you've ever had?
Well, it wasn't actually my smartest thought. It was my partner's smartest thought.
Yes.
We were getting ready to go on a date night, and I wear glasses, and I am completely blind without my glasses.
Yes.
And I was trying to put on my makeup, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't get the makeup onto the spot where it needed to go because I couldn't see.
Yeah.
So my partner thought of wanting to create a computerized mirror where you can program your prescription for your sunglasses into it, so that when you look into it, it shows you're basically seeing what you do out of your glasses. So you'll be able to, people with glasses can put their makeup on.
But Donna, I don't reckon I reckon you could do it manually, because wouldn't it just be moving the magnifying? Like you could just have a dial on the side to change how much it magnified. Oh, hang on, is it magnification? No, it's clearer. Oh God.
Yeah, so with me, I would not be able to see it even if it's magnified.
Right.
It will, I am short and long distance, so I'm
Okay.
completely blind without my glasses. If I have my
Okay.
glasses on, I can see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how it works, but it's wonderful, Donna.
I'm now looking up a 1985 Metamucil ad.
Is there people on bikes?
I'm
I'm sure
waiting
there's
for
old
the people
ducks
on
on
bikes.
bikes.
Sure it's not
At the moment,
Depends or
it's,
something?
it's
It could be Depends.
Oh no, I don't want to unmute it. Let's just
Just
keep
look up
rolling
Depends.
through.
G'day, Mick.
Hey, g'day.
Do you remember any people in Metamucil ads riding bikes with confidence?
No, no idea.
Okay, sorry. What's the smartest idea you've ever had?
You know, we've got a waste problem. We can't, and I thought, well, we've got these active volcanoes on islands in the Pacific or around
Yes.
the world.
Yes.
Why don't we just conveyor belt into the volcano?
Pretty
But what
good.
happens when they explode? Does all of the waste come
No,
out?
because the volcano is so deep, the lava will instantly disintegrate it because lava's at 1,000 degrees
Yeah.
plus. So everything goes in there, gets disintegrated. And realistically, everything comes from, the ground. So it goes back into wherever it came from.
Not a
goes
bad
back
idea,
into where it
Mick.
came from, Mick. Just fill up the volcanoes. It's pretty good, Mick. Thank you.
What about Emma? What's the smartest idea you've ever had, Emma?
Like a human-sized hairdryer for when you get out of the shower.
My God.
Dave, because I've I don't want to. Your idea is wonderful. I have had a similar idea, and I've looked it up, and I reckon you're right, Emma. It's a great idea because I thought of it when I was in getting my car washed? Like, you know how you go into
Yes.
the car wash
Yeah.
and it dries it, gets that thing that goes.
Yeah.
And I thought you could just have it on the edge of your shower and you just
Absolutely.
slowly walk out.
Yeah. That would be so good.
Emma, I'm with you. I think it's a wonderful idea.
No
and I think
towels to dry.
Yeah.
Do they give you a
No.
little shine at the end?
A buffer.
I could have my tan moisturiser put on at the end by the little machine.
You could, Carrie. This is good because
Shell. Hey, Shell.
Hey, how are you?
Do you remember the meta? What's the word?
Metamucil.
Mucil. I swear I remember it, guys. And I remember an older lady,
Yes.
short bob, brown
Yes.
bob, wearing white pants.
But
Riding
meta,
a
isn't
bike quite
Metamucil a
vigorously.
laxative? No, what's
No, it keeps you
Metamucil?
regular.
Psyllium fibre.
It keeps you regular, Carrie.
Yes,
so
but I
you're
just
not
don't-
going to, if you're always, because you know how
White
whenever you.
pants wouldn't be a Metamucil ad. I
Yes,
don't
it would,
reckon.
because she knows she can ride with confidence and she's not going to do her DAX on her bike like she does every other
But
day
if
before
you're regular,
Metamucil.
yeah.
Thank you, Shell. I really appreciate you.
Carrie and Tommy.
For your Monday Arvo, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
With CommBank Yellow, you score even more. More recognition for you and benefits for your business too. It's their way of thanking you for banking with CommBank. Ongoing eligibility and T's and C's apply.
Carrie and Tommy's live for free.
Carrie and Tommy's live for free.
Now that we've got Carrie and Tommy's live for free.
This is the best ever. A year's worth of outfits on us.
Yes.
Do you know what you could do? You could really experiment.
You could.
Because it's so hard, obviously, times are tough, so you're not going to spend money on things that you don't know that you're not going to get wear out of, right?
Find a new you.
But you could find a new you. You could go, I'm just going to try that thing on, and if I don't like it, it doesn't matter. It didn't set me back.
Yeah, steampunk. I'll give it a go.
What's steampunk?
It's like Mad Maxi. That's actually pretty good by me.
Yeah,
What's
that
Mad
is pretty
Maxi?
Like Mad Max, the movies.
But what's
Like
that
the
look?
style.
Yeah.
What would you call that?
Steampunk.
But is that a thing people do?
Steampunk is a thing, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
could I steampunk?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you could steampunk.
You need to get goggles.
Ooh,
Kind of like, you know,
oh, if I went to Burning Man, would I steampunk?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, Carrie.
Yes. I'd love a
Yes.
steampunk. Should we call someone? All they got to do is answer yellow, and we'll let them know on Friday if they're getting a year's worth of outfits.
Hello.
Oh, no, not quite. Georgia, is that you?
Yes, it is. Yellow.
No, sorry, Georgia.
Should we call
We're
the
so
next one?
close. We'll give the next one a call.
Yellow.
Yay! Yellow Jade.
Hello.
How are you?
I was great and now I'm better.
Yes. You've got a 1 in 4 chance of winning a year's worth of free outfits. How good would that be?
That'd be lovely.
Jade, we were just saying, could give people a chance to try a new look. You're not going to waste money on something you don't know if you're going to get wear out of, right? But if you've got maybe some extra cash, what would be a new look you've been thinking, I wonder if I could rock that?
I really like the graphic tee, like oversized graphic tee
Yep.
with jeans.
Yep.
I would love to see if I can give that a go.
Oh, love it, Jade. Love it.
Hey, Jade, we're going to chat to you again on Friday, and hopefully we're saying you're the lucky winner.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jade.
If you want to be in the running, make sure you download the Listener app and register for Carrie and Tommy's Live for Free. With CommBank Yellow, you score even more recognition for you and benefits for your business too. It's their way of thanking you for banking with CommBank. Ongoing eligibility and T's and C's apply.
Carrie and Tommy.
Driving you home from 3 till 6, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
I thought we were friends, yeah?
Uh-oh.
You got to tell me when you take your overseas trips and go have fun on the other side of the world. I want to know how you're going over there.
What have I done?
Where'd you go?
I honestly don't remember.
My dad said he saw you on the other side of the world last week.
What have I done?
In fact, apparently, I think you gave him the finger or two. I can't remember. It's quite an important distinction.
Hang on,
but
Brian was actually overseas.
He was overseas. Mm-hmm. And
Where was he?
He came home and he's like, Carrie, guess who I ran into overseas?
Oh, no, he's slipping. Did he think he ran into me?
No, he did run into you. He ran into Rod Stewart. You didn't tell me you went overseas, Rod.
Sorry, Carrie. I was then having a nap in the corner. Poor Tommy got confused and thought you was talking to him. Yeah, I did say Brian. He's a good lad, Brian.
Apparently, he waved. I thought Dad said he put his finger up, but I feel like that would be more of a story. But he did gesture
There's a lot
to
of things
him
in my life I've done, but I've not given Brian the finger
through the
That's for
window.
sure.
And then they saw him
Yeah.
again. They were staying at the same hotel, and they saw him again the next day.
Jeez,
and
Brian's staying at good hotels if he can stay where you're staying, Rob. You're telling me. Brian's obviously done all right.
his girlfriend
'Cause I've done
then
all right.
saw him in a shop, and so she hung around and then went and said hello to him in the shop. And my dad was like, "You can't
She's
just
I'll tell you
stalk.
what,
You
she's
can't
a right
stalk Rod
minx.
Stewart."
She's an absolute fox.
You were there with your wife, though. I didn't know that you were.
That's who I was talking about. Who do you think I was talking about? Not Brian's minx, although she was. My eyes are not. Anyway, I can't be trusted.
Rod, did you chat with Brian's missus at all?
I did have a word. I just said, "No, you look lovely. You look fine. You look pleasant. You look resplendent."
Last time we caught up with you, you were filling in potholes on your street. Have you been doing any of that?
That's a euphemism, you cheeky boy. I've filled a few potholes in my time.
I
You know
was
what I'm saying?
so
Some on the
tempted.
dirt, right?
So I was so tempted to get you now.
Rod, it's me, Rod. So it's pretty bang on.
I
Isn't
don't
it?
know if it is because we always think it is, and then when we listen to him talk online, he sounds nothing
Should
like
we get
it.
her on the blower?
I reckon we should get her on the
All
blower.
right, give her a call.
Okay.
I've got a number. Jokes. This is just a cheeky one from Rod. There's Rod doing Rod things. If I knew more of my songs, I'd make a reference. What songs do I sing? Give us titles. That's what I said to Brian's missus. Rod jokes. Is this me?
Yeah.
This is shite. Am I good? I'm not very good, am I? Am I good? Am I?
Sometimes.
Oh, I'm a bit yuck. I'm a bit icky.
Is Rod Stewart the one that had the coconut fall on his head?
Don't ask me. I've forgotten it because I had a coconut fall on my head.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
For your Monday Arvo, it is Carrie, Bickmore and Tommy Little. With Combank Yellow, you score even more. More recognition for you and benefits for your business too. It's their way of thanking you for banking with Combank.
G'day, the guys want to know. They'd like to check in. It's Carrie and Tommy's. What do you reckon? Reckon.
This is a story. No, that's not that song.
Have another go.
I'm singing the Leno Woodley opener in my head. This is a show all about me and me, all the things I do and all the things I see. Carrie,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got a feeling, got a bit of an inkling.
Deep inside of me.
What?
It goes electric, baby, when I...
What are Leno and Woodley up to these days?
I saw them just the other day.
I remember I saw Woodley at the gym once. Or no, was it Leno? It was one of them.
That's tricky. Yeah.
It's much easier when you think of their first names.
I think it was Leno.
Frank looks more like a Frank and Cole looks more like a Cole.
It was Cole that I saw.
They're both wonderful men.
Yes. That was
this
15 years ago.
They were the Umbilical Brothers, weren't they?
No, that's the Umbilical Brothers. That's like saying, hey, Nirvana, they were the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
That's something I would say. What have you got for
Really?
Sammy?
We were just talking about coconuts because of...
because I
Keith.
thought that a coconut dropped on Rod Stewart's head.
It didn't. I tried to tell you that. It didn't
No,
happen to me.
it wasn't Rod Stewart. Which old bugger had the coconut dropped on his head?
Actually, now that we're talking about it, I wouldn't mind having a go at that little ditty you were singing before of the umbilical Leno. This is a show all about me and me, all the things I do and all the things I see and what I see.
So in 2006, Keith Richards...
got a bit of an inkling. This is going to be one of those days. Sorry, back to you. That's the smallest crowd I've ever had. I've played Wembley. Have I?
I reckon Rod's played
You've had the
Wembley
clap
for
before,
sure.
though, I'm sure.
Anyway, oh
What's
my
that mean?
God.
What's that mean?
Chlamydia. Okay, can you just say
Chlamydia?
what?
I barely know her.
Can you say what do you reckon?
But the Keith Richards thing is very funny.
Oh, because it was Keith Richards that had
Richards. Oh, does he fill in potholes?
Richards had the thing dropped on his head.
He had a head injury, but Eli correctly said, I'm not sure it was off air or on air, but he said he fell from a tree.
No. Did he? I thought he had the coconut fall onto his head.
Richards.
I try not to.
Yeah,
I thought he had. Did he fall out of a coconut tree?
So then this is a myth or a rumor. It wasn't actually a coconut tree. He described it in his autobiography as a gnarled low tree with a horizontal branch about 7 feet off the ground.
And he fell off it and gave himself a head injury.
Yeah.
I didn't know old people still climbed trees.
Yeah. He had severe headaches.
A cautionary tale.
Is this what do you reckon? How many old people climb trees?
No, it was how many people die by coconut
falling on their heads.
Oh, it's
What
surprising.
about how many people have fallen out of short gnarled trees as we've worked out?
Also, if you're writing your autobiography, why don't you say it was a bigger tree?
I know. Why would you say
I was just a little tree, but I still gave myself a head injury?
I've got a big tree.
Do ya?
No.
What about Keith?
Big tree or trunk, did you say?
What about Keith?
I don't know. I'm not much of an arborist, if I'm being honest.
Have you got a green thumb?
I tried trimming the shrubs. And anyway,
how many people? Let me guess.
How many deaths annually from a coconut tree?
So in the tropical areas or the Caribbean stuff, it must happen more often.
It's surprisingly high. I've heard this before.
I reckon 1,000 people a year.
Carrie, can I ask you a question about that? Are you suggesting from falling from coconut trees?
No.
Or from one falling on their head?
One falling on their head.
I reckon 5 a year.
I reckon 1,000.
I think the thing that, Jesse, you were talking about, I think it's very common that people say people die more by coconut trees per year than shark attacks. Because every time there's a shark attack, everyone's like, So the average amount of shark attacks across the world is about 6 or 7.
A year?
Coconuts, is 4 or 5. So Tommy's...
I was actually bang on.
It's actually a myth.
God, I had 1,000 of them all lined up. With
Dong, 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 dong. Oh, that one hit me.
Carrie and Tommy.
Okay, so crazy right now.
We've got 5 tracks lined up.
Take that, rewind it back.
And we're about to hit play.
Yeah.
Everybody dance. You can find me in the club.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Carrie and Tommy are about to go back to back to back to back to back. My back, lick my back, and my back. Fridayz Live is back with Mariah Carey, Pitbull, Wiz Khalifa, and more. Returning to Australia this October. Don't miss these icons and anthems. Tickets on sale Monday, June 2nd. All info at Fridayz.live. Powered by Macca's.
All this week, we're giving away a double pass to see Fridayz Live. It is back playing in Brisbane, Sydney, Perth and Melbourne across October. And the lineup, Tommy, tell us about the lineup.
Mariah Carey, Mr. 305, Pitbull, Wiz Khalifa, Lil Jon, Eve, Tiny Temper, Jordan Sparks, Yo Mafia. What a lineup it is.
Asha. Hey, Asha.
Oh, hello.
Oh, my God, Asha, what a lineup.
Oh, my God, it's amazing.
Who would you want to see?
Look, I love them all, but Mariah, she's the queen. She's
Is
the
it
voice
true
of the
that you've
generation.
seen Mariah in person?
Now, I have seen her in person. I have not seen her sing in person. I saw her in Los Angeles at a restaurant, and she wanted my table where I was having dinner.
Oh. And so what? She just asked.
No, so the waiters kept coming over asking how long it would be till I finished my meal. And I'm just enjoying my overpriced chicken parm here. And then I looked out the window and there was a big black van waiting outside. And I thought, there's someone in there. So afterwards, I did take my time. But she patiently waited. I didn't know it was Mariah at the time. And I went outside and there was 2 little benches outside the restaurant. So we waited for the Uber to take us home. And then the doors swung open of this van and a few people got out, and then Mariah was there, and this girl on the other side of the seat started screaming, saying, "Oh my God, Mariah, it's the 20th anniversary of the Butterfly album." So she came over to us, and she was really lovely. And when I spoke, now she had just got out of a relationship with an Aussie.
Oh, of course.
And she heard my accent. But she got a selfie with another girl there, and she took the girl's phone and she said, "No, darling, on my right side only."
Oh,
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and then I just said, "Hi, Mariah," and she looked at me up and down, and she said, "Oh, you Aussies." And I said, "I love you," and they whisked her into the restaurant. So yeah, we had a run-in, but I haven't seen her sing.
That is great, Asha. Because have we got good news for Asha?
I reckon we do, Asha. You're going to get to see the other side of her because, well, unless she performs only on her good side.
So.
Because we're giving you tickets to Fridayz Live.
Oh, my God, thank you so much. Oh, you're the best. You're really the best. Thank you so much.
Asha, have the best time.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love ya.
We've got more tickets to give away as well, so if you want to win them, head to carrieandtommy.com.au to register for your chance to win. R&B Fridays presents Fridayz Live with Mariah Carey, Pitbull, Wiz Khalifa, Eve, Lil Jon and heaps more returning to Australia this October. Don't miss these icons and anthems. Tickets are on sale next Monday. All the info is at Fridayz.live, powered by Macca's.
Carrie and Tommy.
Driving you home from 3 till 6, it's Carrie, Bickmore and Tommy Little.
Did you,
Oh, no.
or did you not, do a little fart when we were at the car the other day?
We were in the car.
We were in the car the other day. I got you to drop me somewhere, and there was a little moment where I thought, I think you just farted. There was a noise, and then I laughed and didn't make a big deal of it. And then there was about 10 seconds later, there was a smell that came across the car, and then about 30 seconds later, it disappeared. And absolutely, I think I don't think you did it on purpose. I don't even know if you know that you did it.
So
I think it popped out.
I can hand on heart give you my honest truth here. Because the last time this happened, I will never forget it ever in my life. I remember when I farted next to you on the desk of the project, and you didn't say anything, and I thought, I've gotten away with this. Because that was an accident too at that time. And I thought, I've gotten away with this. Tommy can do no wrong until our microphones were on, blaring all around the country doing our wonderful radio show, and you informed the whole country that I farted on the desk at the project. Carrie, when we were in the car together, I swear to God, I
don't remember.
If I did, no.
It wasn't
No.
Okay.
I would remember if I did.
Okay.
Because that night at the project,
It scarred you for life.
no, I was just very aware of what happened. And so if this
Where
happened,
did the farting one on the project, where does that line up with the other day when you coughed up, phlegm chewed it and swallowed it again?
that was pretty hectic. that was heaps.
When someone catches you doing something vulnerable, it's
because also
so
and you
like,
you have 4,000
I
thoughts
know.
in your head because you go I coughed up and then I will go, hang on, it hasn't come out of my mouth, and then you go, what's your next move here, big guy?
The other day I was at the lights, and earlier that day I'd had a blood nose, right? And at the lights I picked my nose and thought I should see if my nose is still bleeding. So I literally picked a little bit of something out of my nose, but I looked at it, not because I look at my boogers, because I was like, I should check if my nose is still bleeding. And then I looked across and there was a man in the car, and I was like, now he thinks I picked my nose and look at my boogers.
Follow Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little on socials at Carrie Tommy Show.
Bye.
Bye. Carrie and Tommy love a good deal, and CommBank Yellow has plenty. Cashbacks, discounts and exclusive deals. Just for banking with CommBank. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.